Staying on the topic of alcohol, but more on a serious note, beer brand Carling Black Label is doing its bit to stop violence against women. Its campaign #NoExcuse challenges South African men to take action. Campaigners say men must understand that alcohol isn't an excuse to abuse their partners and children. To tell us more about this campaign, I'm joined by Carling Black Label's brand manager, Grant Pereira.
Morning.
Grant, a very good morning to you. How are you doing?
Morning. Did you well in yourself?
Well, thank you. Happy new season. It's the 1st of December. Hey, but also
Absolutely.
while we're thinking we're opening up the festive season, we should be responsible about our drinking. What are we finding, or what informed this campaign? What did you see that said, actually, we need to speak to men about how they use alcohol?
Well, very simply, from a Carling perspective, Carling Black Label has stood for the best of masculinity, the best of what it means to be a man. And therefore we said we must also tackle what is the worst of masculinity, which is gender-based violence that is fueled by the abuse of alcohol. And the second reason is that Carling stands for responsible drinking. Beer is a drink enjoyed by millions of people in this country, and there is never ever an excuse to abuse alcohol. So those two things, positive masculinity and stemming the abuse of alcohol, are the two things that started us on this route of the campaign of No Excuse.
So we're now in the silly season, and one would really kind of say they note quite a number of cases, or more cases coming up during this time of the year regarding gender-based violence or drinking and driving. What is some of your research? What's the feedback that you're getting from this campaign? This
campaign was launched a year ago during International Men's Day, and we have been at it for a year. We've done a lot of stuff in advertising, which is to create awareness around an issue. Because we know that once people understand how bad the issue is, and that the abuse of alcohol is no excuse for gender-based violence, behaviours will change. We've also done a lot of work on the ground with men in communities through our Champions for Change program. This program seeks to give men in communities the equipment, the skills, the facilitation to go out there and be champions themselves in communities against gender-based violence. So through this campaign, we've seen behaviour change start. We also do a lot of research, and we have researched amongst our consumers what they believe the campaign stands for, and we're very happy to report that people around South Africa are saying there is no excuse for gender-based violence, and that the abuse of alcohol is no excuse. The second thing that we also measure is the propensity of people to take action. And that's really what this campaign is about. We want men and women in their communities to take action against gender-based violence at community level, in their families and in their communities.
Yeah, I remember when the activation started, like, a lot of people thought, wow, what a powerful campaign, but you also had criticism from people who say, well, this is so confusing. If you're saying that people must use alcohol responsibly, or you are not condoning violence because of the use of alcohol, why then still sell the alcohol?
It's a question we asked often, is why do we get involved in this campaign when the abuse of alcohol is the source of the problem? Now, what we simply say is that there are millions of men out there in this country who consume alcohol responsibly. There are millions of people who consume alcohol and would never dream of abusing a woman. That small minority need to stop. They don't belong in our team, and they don't belong in our society. But unless men, the silent majority of men out there who want to make a difference, unless they stand up and do something, this problem will continue.
And how can the public access or interact with this campaign?
That's a great question. We've got 3 ways of interacting with it. The first is on social media. We're running a campaign through 16 days of activism called 16 Seconds of Silence. We're asking the public to go and record on their cell phones 16 seconds in solidarity with women out there who have been abused. Upload it to social media and show that you are against gender-based violence. The second thing we're doing is on our cans. Every single Carling can in this country will say no excuse and have our gender-based violence helpline. That gender-based violence helpline is for victims and unfortunately also for perpetrators to use if they need help and counselling. And the final is to go to our website, www.noexcusesa.com. There you will see a link to our charity partner, forgood.co.za. And that is a portal where the public can go and find causes around gender-based violence that they can contribute in both the resources, human and financial. So those are the 3 things we're doing over this campaign, but we're back next year with our Champions for Change program, which we'll be rolling out nationally, and that's to create this army of champions out there against gender-based violence.
Very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.